Hi viewers, today we will discuss about fire. We use that fire every day as important things, but it's simple for us. But we don't know how did it come, what is the how did it invented. So let's know. At first no one tried to make that. But one day one of the people was making a weapon by a stone. But when he was rubbing that, then he see a little yellow kind of things like splint came off. Then the people think it is like those fires which I have seen in lava. And now lava, in the side of lava, sometimes the any kind of plant become dried and the fire came off, and then there is a fire in this tree, and that was they collect those fires from them. It was not so much good for them, and by that he think it is like those fires which I was seed there. So now I have to rub it more and more. Then when he rubbed, then he see really it is working, because in the side of this place there are some woods. Here is it doing, and here is wood, so that the wood is in fire. Then he become so much happy, and then he shared this theory all of the people. And he also think, if I can use iron, then what will happen? And then he also used the iron, and then he see it is also working, wood working, and bamboo it is also, because when he rubbing the bamboo, then it is also firing, so it is much nice. Then he think it's much better now, and now we can fry or grill any kind of meat and other kind of things. At first, how did people eat? People eat only the flesh of any kind of things, or sometimes meat, but it is not cooked. So much dangerous to eat. How did they eat that? I don't know, but it is so much bad. But when the fire comes, all of the things has been changed. Then now people are using the electricity. How did the electricity come? By the fire. When we have to make electricity, then we also need fire, because by a machine we produce electricity. But how did the machine made? Only the fire. Not only the fire, I own another kind of gadgets. But if you want to make a size in an iron, then you will have to see that when you are trying to give a shape to the iron, then you have to heat it, and then it will become a liquid, and then it will become in a beautiful shape. So in this work we also need the fire. So in what kind of things we need fire? At first, what did people do? People only eat the meat, not cooked meat. But when the fire comes, then they burn the fire, this meat, and then it was so much easy to eat, and it was so much tasty, they think. And after that, they eat many kind of fruits, but some fruits was spicy. It was not fruit. They think it is fruit, but it was not the fruit. It is chilies. But when they give those chilies on this meat, then they see, yes, its taste is much better. So we should eat that kind of food. And by that, they store. At first, people didn't know about the cropping, and they didn't attach any kind of crop in the field. But when the fire comes, then day by day they become many kind of ideas, and they see those foods are able to eat. When they get paddy, they cook that, and by that they see all of these things are much better. And by that, there are some projects of fire. One of the project is phosphorus. Phosphorus is the most important component in fire. At first think, if phosphorus is a thing, suppose a little pot of glass, but if a little phosphorus came off, then a blast will happen. And at first, what did they do? They throw that phosphorus pot, and this phosphorus formula came from America. And from this place, the phosphorus formula came. And when the people throw that, then they see there is a fire. Then they think, yes, it's much better. Now people use many another kind of things. Now we use gaslight. But in the old age, people think this phosphorus bottle is the gaslight. It's not so much good. And day by day, many kind of gadgets come. But one day, people think, if I can make such a pot which is so much little, and when I will throw that, then a big fire will be happen. And this idea was so much better, he think, and then he made also these things. But it was so much harmful for people, because by that any people can be die, because there is a hazardous disease, then by it will eat our jawbone. It is so much dangerous matter, so that the people it was banned. The name of the things was lucifers, so that day by day it has been banned. But in the next time, another kind of gadget come, named by Landstorm safety mat. It's some beautiful things, like our digital matches, which is so much funny. And now what we have to take? We have to take only a gaslight or another kind of matches. But the matches is in a paper box. But in the ancient time, people keep that in a stone, in a broken stone. In the inside of this stone, there was some gas lights. I think, what is this thing? It was so much funny in this time. And there's a iron box. Iron box also. And by this kind of things, they make fire. And now we are using gas lights or another kind of gadgets. Now we have to only give a pressure, and then we see there is fire. It's so much beautiful. But in the ancient time, people have to do only rubbing and rubbing. One time will happen must. It was so much. When you sometimes they become bored. What is these things? We want to have it, because it was so much hard. But day by day, many scientists came and give many kind of projects, and which make a life new. And when we use gaslight, and do you know what the gaslight contain? Now I'm telling you. At first, take a gaslight. When you will take a gaslight, then you will see it is normal matter why you will take. Keep that. Go away. A little far. Throw a rock. Then it will blast. But why? Because in this gas, there is phosphorus. about which I have talked before some times ago. And by that work, when you are breaking this gas light, then it will be blast like phosphorus. And one day, I was seeing a boy. There is a little gas in this pot. Keep that. And he threw a rock. When the rock go and broke that, the boy think it only something's happened. But you see, it has blasted. He get fear. What is that? It's a beautiful matter. And by that, we use this kind of things. But all this kind of things has phosphorus. And in the ancient time, we see now we see there is a black kind of things in the head of the wood. When we are burning, we are doing some acts with that, then it is become fired. But in the ancient time was used phosphorus and another kind of chemicals, but it wasn't good. So that this fire has changed all of these things, and fire is the most important things for us and also another people. Without fire, we cannot make any kind of things. And now, what are we making? Sometimes we are making that. And this is also a ribbon, or this is also shackle. But how does it make? It made all by fire. Now we are seeing plastic bottles or plastic pots, and how does it make? It made by fire, because when you aren't burning that plastic, then how it will get its own shape? Because it is not people. It's what is that? It is only it has no any kind of life. Then how it will work by its own self? So you have to make that kind of things. Suppose there is a bag. It is also made by fire, because to give it shape, people also have to give fire. So by that all, what we see around us, all things is made by the same things. Now the bike, the water we see, what is, and now there is another things, that is this chair. This chair, there are some bricks, but how does the brick made? It is also made by the same things, fire. So when we won't use fire, then all the world will become useless. Fire is one of the important material ever. When you won't use that, your life will be in danger. At first, by the fire, people have to remove the wild animals. But now, gun has come. But how the gun made? It is also made by fire. So by that all of these things is need fire to made. Every kind of gadgets. And by that, fire has made a vital role in our daily life. So this was this story of fire. And when we are not using that, our life is in uneasiness or danger. So this is the story. Thank you.